My name is Alexandra. I'm 47 years old. I live in London. Um, I'm an actress, and right now I would like to tell you some things that get me angry. Why not? Um, First of all, perhaps let's get the elephant of the room uh, out of the box. This is unscripted because I do believe that political commentator, or in other words, speaking truth to power, should be raw, and this is the only way I know I can ensure that it is. So, elephant in the room. Any room, really, is Israel. Well, perhaps there are two elephants, maybe pink ones. And so it's Israel, and that stand-up comedy is largely dead. Why am I saying Israel and the stand-up comedy is dead? Because the only stand-up comedian that I heard to, just mention Israel was Dave Chappelle with his closing line on his most recent Netflix stand-up, and I do appreciate him, and he's doing very well. But honestly, where did political satire disappear? Why are stand-up comedians exclusively talking about, or almost exclusively, let me not be so dramatic, their own life experiences, which, yeah, I mean, relatable more than Ellen DeGeneres has been lately, but it is a bit funny, but I mean, without political satire, who are the clowns? Who is telling truth to power? And so let me circle back to Israel. Israel has been committing genocide in Gaza against Palestinians. So yeah, sure, X is out there, and the information, the raw truth, as per bystanders and everyday people report it without any agenda. They, people with agendas or propagandas or both have. So why is it not criticized? I mean, the pattern that nearly 100 years ago they were subject to the Holocaust, so they were being under genocide, and then I don't know, I didn't do the math, sorry about that, precisely nearly 100 years later, so back to now. They are the ones who are committing genocide, and even though social media is reporting it, and people can't really be silenced about free Palestine, but really nothing is happening to the people who are committing the genocide. Why? Because everyone, stakeholders, governance systems are indebted to the Jews. And look, I don't consider myself anti-Jew or anti-Semite. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sorry. I didn't do my research. That precisely what is the difference between the two. I know that there is one. I do apologize that I came somewhat unprepared. The point is that, look, I'm not. What I'm anti is the genocide being committed, but I'm also anti, those proxy wars that have been initiated by Israel. I mean, these are well-known facts. It's even Wikipedia says something like that. But if you do want some raw information and data, then do go on X. I'm really not an Elon Musk fan, but X is the only platform these days that is largely untainted of political agendas. Yeah, so back to stand-up comedians. What the fuck? What are you doing, people? Like, I know that the best medicine is laughter, right? Laughter is the best medicine. Even there's a proverb in English, so I'm Hungarian, but we do have the same. And we had a shamanic type ancient pagan religion that had been erased. Erased. According to Copilot, it hasn't been erased. It's just diluted by Roman Catholics. Whatever, potato. Really, the point is that it has largely disappeared, but it had existed, and so the shamanic bit meant that our ancestors were healers, so they must have known. I mean, yeah, sure. Great Britain had its own pagans, so I don't want to go into like competition. According to Yuri Silvestro, and I think he's right. Our Western societies do grapple with obsessive competitive disorder, OCD. That's what OCD is in the bigger picture. Look out for Yuri Silvestro, contemporary philosopher and poet, and the satirist at his best. So yeah. Where was I heading? I am angry about stand-up comedy being dead, because who is then healing the people? People are not laughing, at least not laughing as much. The last bit of hilarious stuff that I saw, and I actually healed myself from a flu-like, very bitchy illness. I mean, it may have been COVID, could have been HIV, who knows? Well, I don't yet, but I am getting tested. Watch out. Don't have unprotected sex with former proper junkies. I mean the ones who actually shot themselves with needles. Don't do that, or at least get some information that they don't carry HIV, hepatitis B, or hepatitis C. I'm gonna have to wait for 2 more weeks, but I'll be back with the information. Believe me, I do want to know, and I don't want to transmit it on to anyone. Again, besides the point, but I'm sure that, talking about sex finally got some people's attention. People, wake up, or not. I mean, you do whatever you want. I should not tell you what to do, only what I feel, and I do feel that stand-up comedy is largely dead because no one is really talking about Israel. I mean, it's not funny. Nothing that I said, or hopefully a few things, uh, was funny or were funny. Um, Look, we need to laugh. Oh yeah, the last thing that was hilarious that I saw was the some of the celebrity, or by far not all of them. And by the way, it's fucking clear that some of it was clearly written by script writers, when it should have come from the celebrities roasting each other. Nevertheless, some of it was really hilarious. I was able to laugh for about 12 hours. I drank some ginger, and I was bedridden before that for 11 or 12 days, with flu-like symptoms, fever in the evening, and just feeling shit all day. You know, all the usual suspects. Next day, I was fine. I was 100, maybe like 95, but you know, significant improvement occurred. Laughter is the best medicine. Don't go to your GP with viruses. Don't take fucking antibiotics because they don't work with viruses. Do you understand? Please, please. Also, um, when you do what you do with that, uh, basically our resistance to